everyone. I am so sorry we're running so late. I also realized I did not get Sam's thing over here, so I gotta quickly put that over here.
I mean, are we using the Umbreon or are we using the Ampharos?
We're using the Umbreon.
Okay. Because the Ampharos is for a different project. That'll be later.
Starting up semi-soon, in theory.
Like I said, later.
Later. Well, hello everyone. Again, I am so very sorry we're starting late. But everything should be working properly and functioning now, and that's all we're gonna hope for. That's all we can hope for.
It's gonna be a stream for that stuff.
Broadcast in the Discord.
I know, I'll get that up in a second. I still have to set up the broadcast to pick up on my Streamlabs.
I understand. Coffee forgets, so I'm the one reminding you.
Also, I see you got your little bounty guy going.
Yeah.
Boingy, boingy, boingy.
Set up some new stuff, used a new program, and set this up. Should be a little easier for me to get more sets up so I can change these easier when we get to new months.
Yes. Actually, how long do we have until you go to your summer screening?
Not too long now. I think like a month maybe.
Okay.
If that. Pretty soon.
Yeah. I only like remembered to like ask because like I was looking at your background.
Crazy at the birds outside.
Is he chirping?
He's chirping.
Cinda?
You can't hear
Yeah.
him because of my mic, but he's going wild.
Well, yeah, because bird.
Bird.
Burb.
You like the bird, buddy?
He wants to eat the bird, which is no.
He's not allowed outside for many reasons.
Allergies.
Like I said, he wants to eat the bird, which is a case of no.
No.
I'm pretty sure if Simba was allowed in a catio, he would go crazy.
Yes, he'd also get extreme allergies, as we've seen before.
Yes.
But yeah, we're just gonna be going hopefully through at the very least Pokemon Generation 1 and Generation 2 today.
We should be able to get through 1 and 2 just fine.
Yeah.
3, I don't know.
We'll push for 3 if we can if we think we can make it. But we're just gonna be ranking them and giving our opinions on them. So just to highlight that word, opinions. Is the Tsunami phone not working?
No,
God
I don't
damn
think
it.
it is.
It broke on Doodle stream the other day too.
Oh no.
Unfortunate.
Do you want me to try- do you want me to try the
back to
throw
ground
one, see if-
rules here.
Do you want me to try the throw one, see if that one works?
No, if it's the Tsunami's not working, the server isn't gonna work either.
Ah, okay.
But anyway, back to the ground rules. These are just opinions. If you do not like them, that is fine. We have Burn Heels and Rastaberries somewhere else.
Putting it out there, Fuzzy Snake, it's gotta be A-class.
We'll get to there when we get to there.
Ah, right. That's one.
Forward walk.
Okay, try it now. It should hopefully be connected.
Okay, attempt number 2 to throw shit at you.
No? What the hell?
What the frick?
If Famous is connected, my... Oh, the Twitch pod isn't connected for some reason. Okay, try it again. It keeps disconnecting the Twitch pod. What the hell?
Don't look at me. I'm just here to vibe.
What is happening?
I don't know, man.
I mean,
The tits-
we don't
the
necessarily
tits
have to
plague-
worry about it, do we?
The Twitch plague, the tits plague claims us all.
Ah.
Maybe you need to like, I don't know if you can do it whilst on stream, but maybe you need to like disconnect it and reconnect it.
I am doing that. Let me try closing it and reopening it. Turn it off and back on again.
Basically.
There wouldn't be a stream without stuff.
If this doesn't work, I'm just gonna go into Doodle's server and say, Doodle, you curse, you be. You brought the plague to my doorstep.
Be nice.
I don't know, we just like to joke about it. Just if someone has an issue first and then someone else gets the issue where they're like, we blame you.
You plagued us. It keeps disconnecting the
So in
Twitch
other
call for
words-
some reason.
So, Coffee, by that logic, I can blame you for Arceus and Scarlet and Violet.
Listen, I did the alpha dance one time, man. One time.
No. I'm not talking about the Alpha Dance. The Alpha Dance was actually very effective considering what happened.
Totally not looking at Alpha Vespiquen shiny.
That's it. That's Generation 4. We can talk about that later.
If it doesn't work, we might just have to scrap it until I can figure out why it's being a bitch later.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. But anyway, we know exactly what we're doing. Just how are we gonna do it?
Thanks, Coffee. Yeah, the Twitch bot is just not working, so no throwing for us today. Sorry, folks. We'll have to figure it out for next stream.
Well, it's not a stream without some scout. So, anyway, as long as we have a good time.
Yes.
And speaking of this good time, as I was saying before, how are we going to do this?
So basically, I'm sure a lot of people are familiar with the website tier list or the website tier maker. And if you aren't, basically, it's just a website that people can use to create their own tier list, whatever that might be.
Fair point.
And we're just gonna basically be stealing the tier list from people and using it for our own game.
Oh boy.
The way of the content creator. I mean, what? This is a joke. This is a
I was
joke.
going to say, content creators beg and borrow. We don't necessarily steal, or at least if we do, we try.
These
not to
are public tiers for people to use. This is public tier makers for people to use.
Cool. Also, can you broadcast in the Discord so I can see what?
Yeah,
the hell you're doing?
I'm just setting it up on my
Getting all that shit to work.
Just gotta quickly use this and go here and shrink it the fuck down. I would have tried to get the other thing I have. What's it called? Brain, work with me. Stream avatar setup, but there's no way I could have made I could have made it in time with everything else I've had to do.
Yeah.
I was gonna try to set up like a couple little Pokemon fusions from Infinite Fusion Generator, but again, there just wasn't the time.
Mhm.
I love how the top section is golden boys.
Yeah, I renamed it myself.
Alright.
The last
jumping
one,
in.
please leave.
Please leave. So yeah, we have our little categories here. We have Golden Boys, aka the favorites of us. The fellas that we could all collectively agree we would have on our team or just keep. We have little guys for when, you just see somebody and you say, he's a little guy.
He's a little guy.
He's just a little guy.
He's a little guy.
Okay.
We have lads who are just basically Pokemon that we can vibe with, but aren't really our favorite.
In other words, the quote-unquote meh territory.
Yeah, the meh. It's alright, I guess, is basically we don't like it, but we can see why other people like it.
Mm-hmm.
And please leave are the Pokemon that we just despise him. Just leave. Just leave. You're not welcome to the party.
Just
Go. Just leave.
Go, please.
No.
But yeah, these are our tiers list, and again, I will probably reiterate this several times throughout the stream, but these are our opinions. Get that? Our opinions.
And like I said before, the Burnkeels and Rostberries are somewhere else. If you need them, go find it.
If you're gonna take us down, at least promote me on Twitter so other people who agree with our opinions can follow.
I mean, you're not the only one. I'm also tagged in this. Don't worry about it.
Coffee and Sam are also both tagged in this, and go also check out their stuff. Jesus Christ.
Jesus Christ, man, are you okay?
I just have phlegm caught in my throat.
Fair. But without further ado, let's get this rolling.
Hell yeah. So first we have Bulbasaur.
I would say that Bulbasaur is a quote-unquote little guy. Like, out of the main 3 in terms of starters, Bulbasaur's like number 2. At least for me.
Also, is there any way you could, like, zoom in?
Hang on.
Yeah, because it is a little bit small.
How do
I gave you the shortcut to do it.
There we go.
Hey,
that's better.
There we go.
But yeah, I agree. Bulbasaur is a little guy. I love him, but he's not quite Golden Boy status.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's high. He's definitely high in the ranking of little guy, though.
I can understand why a lot of people like him.
On the cusp of Golden Boy status, some might say.
Just almost there.
Almost there. Not quite. Okay, next is Ivysaur.
I'd say
Lads,
I'd say
yeah,
lads.
because it's not quite meh, but it's still got that awkward middle stage syndrome
Yeah.
that a lot of middle stages have.
I would say it's probably my favorite of the middle stages of Gen 1. But I definitely agree
stage.
it is the puberty stage.
Yes.
Let's be honest, like, for any 2-stage evolution Pokemon, just the middle is the puberty stage.
It really is.
Mm-hmm.
In every sense of the word. Then we have Venusaur.
Venusaur... I like Venusaur, but at the same time, Gen 1 doesn't have very good grass options.
I'd say it's alright, I guess.
Yeah, it's one of those where if you want a poison type, you can actually get other poison types.
Like,
But
he's good. He's good in a pinch for against, like, certain types and certain Pokemon, but just...
Yeah.
Personally, again, he's probably like my favorite design-wise out of all the final evolutions.
Mm-hmm.
But like, again, he's not a favorite. That's a very low bar to pass in Gen 1.
I also like the fact that,
point.
like, compared to Ivysaur, it's like someone just squished his head.
He gets
He gets bigger, his head gets like squished and flattened, and it's just a little weird. Side note, I'm seeing the Mega Evolutions, like,
I'm guessing that's just that's what the tier person did. They're like, hey, technically these are the Gen 1 Pokemon Mega Evolutions, so we'll just throw it in.
Are we actually doing those, or are we not doing those?
Oh, we can do those.
Okay. Now, shifting over to Gen 6, because that's when Mega Venusaur was actually introduced, I would say it's not quite little guy considering it's a full form, but Mega Venusaur is actually an amazing team member if you choose to pick it.
Does it change types or does it keep type?
Still grass poison, but with the introduction of fairy type, that poison typing actually does help a lot. And with its ability Thick Fat, it gets rid of 2 of its weaknesses.
Okay.
Fire.
I also will say I personally just love like Vega Venusaur. There we go. Thank you.
Yeah.
Mega Venusaur is probably my favorite of the Mega Evolution designs.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think it does what like the Mega Evolutions were trying to do right, where it's just like adding more, but in a coherent direction.
Yeah, it's giving them the power boost while still keeping consistency with the design.
So I think we can put him in lad. I think he qualifies as a lad.
Yes.
He's a lad.
Okay, Charmander.
I'm not the biggest fan of Charmander, considering, oh dear lord, we might get flamed by the Charizard fanboys.
We're
like
gonna get
Charmander.
cooked by them.
I like Charmander. I think Charmander's a little guy.
I agree. I think he's cute like a little guy, but
he's cute, but he's not my favorite of the 3.
I mean, I'd say out of the 3 for starters, my favorite has gotta be Squirtle. But, like, Charmander is a close second for me. Sorry, Bulbasaur over there.
I was going to say, my top 3 are Squirtle, Bulbasaur, and then Charmander. So it's like...
I think I gotta agree with Sam on this one.
So
I will say, though, he is very...
little guy?
I think we could go lad.
We're gonna go with lad? Alright.
He's little guy shape, and he's got little guy heart, but he's just not quite there.
He's not our favorite. I wouldn't necessarily build a Gen 1 team around him.
We are gonna get so flamed.
We are good. I hate Charmeleon's ass so much.
I question Charmeleon. Like,
he's just like, why does he go so red, and why does he look the most awkward out of the middle stages for Gen 1?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, Charmander and Charizard are both pretty much the same color, just a little bit off for the type of orange. But then it's just Charmeleon.
And I'm not even bringing in the shiny forms into account because, quote unquote, I'm the shiny hunter of this trio.
Yeah, I don't know how you do it, but like, I don't know how you do it, but you're just like,
I'm the shiny hunter of this trio.
I don't know how you do it. You're just like, you get up in the morning, you're like, alright, I just want to play some Pokemon today. He gets on Pokemon. Oh, look, a shiny. I pulled this out of my ass.
Yes.
Motherfucker, though, looks like he just took a bath in tomato soup.
Like, I'm not even joking when I say, like, Sam is, like, the shiny hunter of our group, because I've been looking for a shiny Wurmple, and she ends up finding it fucking first.
I found it twice before you did, and I failed the first time. Bitch! But anyway, back on topic here.
I feel conflicted, because part of me wants to put him in Please Leave just because I hate so much about him. But at the same time, it's just like, it's not the full Please Leave. Like,
it's like good design, bad coloring.
I want you to leave, which...
It's good design, bad coloring.
I wouldn't even say bad coloring, it's just awkward design that isn't appealing.
Like, I see where they tried to find the middle ground of Charmander and Charizard. They just didn't hit it, though.
Yep.
Should we go with Please Leave?
I think we gotta go Please Leave. There's just too much bad going for him.
Yep. And now for Charizard...
Oh, I have opinions on this boy.
Also, I was gonna say, can I request to add an extra category?
If I can figure out how to
add an extra tier.
I was gonna say, if you can put it under Please Leave, but just label it as why. Like, it's a category of just why do you exist?
Thank you.
I got one
Just
more thing.
... Why?
Because we might
Okay,
actually
there. Why? But oh, I have opinions on Charizard.
Oh god.
To be fair, let's get the positives out of the way first. The
Yes.
shiny form for Charizard is amazing.
Agreed. I can't agree on that. The shiny form.
The black
the typing
Charizard.
is okay.
The
It's
typing.
not-
Why is it not dragon?
Well,
Why is
to be
it
fair,
flying?
I don't think there was there? No, there was a dragon type in Gen 1. It was Dratini.
it was the Dratini line, which I have thoughts on that for a minute.
We'll get to that line.
Then again, were they were the only dragons, weren't they?
Yes,
But that
they
doesn't
Yeah,
make
sure.
any sense.
You gotta remember this is also Gen 1, so if they only had like a select few dragons that were in the entire thing, and I think they did put more in the second gen.
They only added like Kingdra for Gen 2.
You also gotta remember that back then dragons were also a lot more OP because let's
There
be
wasn't
honest,
really
steel-
anything to balance them out.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
back
they-
then, dragon was weak to dragon, so
Dragon
like
was weak to Dragon. It was also weak to Ice, but there weren't a lot of Ice types until later in the game.
Well, I feel like
That
that's
was-
just even more of a reason to give Charizard the dragon type, because then you at least have something.
But then you
'Cause, I
would
mean-
unbalance the other two starters.
with Gen 1, there was no dark, there was no steel, and there was no fairy until later. So
Fairy was very much Gen 6, so Dragon
Yeah.
was kind of your go-to type.
dark
If
was
you
only
wanted to
introduced
do
in Gen
powerhouse.
2. Dark and steel, I think.
Yeah.
I will say the hate toward Charizard purely because of popularity, though, I don't get.
It's not
It's
justified.
a little much.
Yeah.
Yes, it's a full-on badass dragon. It does not need 2 megas. Again, I will get there in a minute.
We'll get to the megas. We'll get to them.
But yeah, Charizard is iconic for a reason. So I wouldn't necessarily put it in the please leave, but it's okay.
It's alright,
yeah.
I guess. Yeah.
It's definitely my least favorite, but I'll let him. Oh God, excuse me. I'm drinking soda. I'll let him stay, but he fuck up. He going out.
Yeah.
Like
Now-
he is about to get his ass kicked out of that door if he ain't careful. Now the
Now,
megas.
like-
The megas.
Yes.
Okay.
Now you
Do
guys
I
probably
need
know.
to-
I was gonna say you guys probably know about this more than me because I don't know what the type change is for Charizard's.
Does it
Mega.
change?
Charizard
Dragon?
X is Fire Dragon.
Okay.
At least it
Charizard
did that.
Y. Yeah, Charizard Y is Fire Flying still.
Okay.
So,
They
At
fucked
the
up
risk of
everything on the
being-
Y form. Just everything. Why is it here?
actually, no, they fucked it up on the X form.
Am I getting my form
Oh, no.
mixed up?
Is there gonna be a debate here?
They fucked it up on the X form in terms of design. In terms of abilities, it's kind of a 50-50.
Hang on, am I being dumb here? Which one's X and which one's Y?
The black one is X, and the orange one is Y.
Okay, there is about to be a debate here. Cool.
Yeah,
Personally,
do you want me to leave you two alone in here?
no, because you might
No,
need
no,
to be
no,
here to
no,
help
no,
them
no.
against-
No.
Insert Ace Attorney music here.
Okay,
Objection.
in terms of
Hang on, wait, give me a second. Give me a second. Hang on, I
Oh
got
no,
it.
she's gonna go get it.
I'm gonna go see if I can find it.
Oh
of
no.
course you are. Of
I'd
course
say
you
Yes,
in
are.
terms of
there's a
design
full
wise-
OST.
I'd say in terms of designs, I actually prefer Y more.
Exactly.
Whereas
In
like
terms
X,
of design,
X
Y
in terms
is
of-
king.
X in terms of coloration is closer to what a shiny Charizard is because it's a shiny Charizard is black.
Yeah.
But the
But I don't get
proportions
why they
on
made that a
Y.
Mega Evolution.
The proportions on Y are just so weird in so many places. Why does it have those little fin arm bits on its arms? Why is its head so spiky?
Because
I don't
it's
know, maybe
supposed
'cause
to
it's-
be
it's
a
puberty
evolved
caught up with it.
Charizard, which
You ever
Makes
hit
sense.
Charizard by like a fucking truck?
to be well,
Just Charizard Y is just second puberty.
Basically. In terms of battling capability, it's kind of a 50-50. Because Mega Charizard X is Fire Dragon. That typing is very, very solid. I think there's only like one other Pokemon that's actually had that typing.
It's the only
I could be
Electric
wrong.
Dragon, but that's for another day.
That is later down the line.
Yes.
But it does get the ability Puff Claws, which increases the damage of moves like Dragon Claw and Rock Slide by 50%. So it's a very heavy hitter. Now, for Y, it gets the ability Drought, which allows you to set up the sun. Which means Sun teams, which we'll see some other stable members later on, are basically set to thrive. So, personally, I'm a bigger fan of Mega Charizard Y than I am of X.
Okay, I see where you come from, because you come from the battle perspective. Or more so the battle perspective. I shouldn't say fully battle perspective, but more so that direction.
I
mean, you two probably know...
I am trying to kind of condense everything, and the battle...
So we don't stay here for an hour arguing over Charizard.
I was gonna say, you two probably know battle perspective more than me, because I've only ever seen,
I know shit about battle perspective.
I've only ever seen, like, Mega Charizard in the actual, like... Is it designated as anime or cartoon if it's, like, the English version?
It's anime still, probably.
Okay.
Yeah, it's still considered anime.
So, like, I've seen it Mega Evolve and what it can do in the anime, but I've not really seen much of what it can do in the games, because I've not really played the Mega Evolution game. And I have not even played the Alola region, because I don't have something to play it on.
Yeah, fair.
But, so I'm going based off of just appearance at this point. I would probably prefer Y over X. But I'd probably say, like, X is... It's alright, I guess. But Y is probably like a lad.
Yeah, Charizard X is not bad.
What drugs are you on? I mean that jokingly. I can't get over the head. The head is what does it the most for me on Y. It's why I just... Don't get
pointy.
Why they why'd they give an extra point? Why?
I don't know, they just wanted to get the point across.
Get out. I just... Personally, for me, design-wise, overall, I prefer X. Like, taking away all typings, abilities, all that shit, I know that it's just like basically the shiny cranked up, but just...
Should we agree to disagree and just put them both in lads?
I think the best agree to disagree here would be to put them both in It's Alright, I guess. Because I don't think either of us can... I personally don't like Charizard Y, but you guys like him more than you like Charizard X. So I think the best agreement here is to put them both in It's Alright, I guess. We can agree to let them coexist.
And it's a case of we're not big fans of the Charmander line to begin with, so It's Alright, I guess, is kind of the best option of everything.
It's not Charmeleon bad, but I don't think it's Charmander good either.
Exactly.
You both live for now. We won't take you out back yet. Anyway,
what the fuck?
I didn't say anything. What are you talking about?
What the fuck, Silver? Jesus
All
Christ.
Right.
Anyway, back to the No Straight Roads music.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna clip that later.
I figure. Squirtle, for me, freaking golden boy.
I have to agree. He's just.
I have to agree.
He's such a little lad.
He's friend-shaped.
He is so friend-shaped. And then the Squirtle Squad. Oh, the Squirtle Squad.
God. The Squirtle Squad. Which, by the way, actually later on became firefighters.
I love them. Squirtle Squad is
lovely.
How many people have we angered so far? That's my only question right now.
It's probably lurkers, like, silently seething at us right now.
Seething at us.
We'll worry about the hate later.
But yeah, Squirtle is just pure friend shape for this gen.
And then Wartortle, while still being the quote-unquote awkward teenager, I would say it's little guy. Like,
I can agree on that.
Why he purple though?
It is a
like,
weird color. It is a weird color choice, but like it's nowhere near as
like
weird.
darker blue.
He's an indigo. Let's go with that.
Yeah. And then Blastoise, and by extension Mega Blastoise.
I'll get to my opinions on Mega Blastoise.
I figure.
I would put Blastoise in lads.
Yeah.
I can see him as lad.
Like, he's great for a tank if he's not going up against the type advantage over it. Because like he's like, if you raise it right and you give it good defense, and you have good moves that can work with that defense, then you could have like a pretty tanky Blastoise.
Now to the Mega.
Oh boy, Mega. I have.
Out of the three, I think Mega Blastoise is the most disappointing out of the three.
I feel it is the worst designed. Because remember what I said about Mega Venusaur and like adding on while still keeping it coherent? They just were like, let's just duct tape another turret to his back.
Just duct tape another cannon. Okay.
Let's duct tape another
Alright,
cannon and slightly change his head shape.
Yeah, there's a reason why I say it's the most disappointing out of the starter Megas.
It really is. It's like, you didn't really do anything. Congratulations, you gave him more firepower. Bravo.
Congratulations, you gave him more stat boosts, and his ability, Mega Launcher, doesn't even help with most of his water moves. So, yeah.
Just why?
Good
Do you want
job.
to put it in why?
I don't think it's quite wide-worthy, but I think it's definitely a please leave.
Yeah, it's not
He
quite
needs a
why-
second draft.
Yeah, it's not quite why do you exist?
We know why you exist, because the creators were lazy.
No.
Listen, if they can give us Mega Pidgeotto here, we'll get to it in a second, and then give us this, they could have gone for another draft.
For Generation 6, yes, they were lazy.
Like, I will
Anyway.
praise Generation 6 to the high heavens, but I will say there are many lazy concepts in there.
I've said it once and I'll say it again. The Pokemon, like the process of creating new Pokemon or even creating Megas, they've been scraping the barrel so much they're scraping the ground beneath it at this point.
Yeah,
Basically.
Grandpa, go back to bed.
No.
Well, it's a case of some designs, which even in Gen 1, there are a couple that I'm just like, why?
Okay, but Gen 1 they were
just
just starting off.
But anyway, Caterpie is
I
not
will
one
have
of those
work for you
designs.
later. Anyway, Caterpie. Caterpie's. I feel like Caterpie's a little guy.
He's a little guy.
He's not much,
He's
but
not quite
like,
Golden
he's
Boy.
very friend shaped.
Yeah, he's
I-
very friendship. He's not quite Golden Boy, but he's up there.
I feel like the line is little guys.
I can agree with that. Most of the line is like you aren't getting this line expecting them to be amazing like Bowser. Like they definitely can like be extremely well used when you use like Butterfree correctly, but overall like you aren't expecting this team to do the best, I guess, for lack of a better word.
The Butterfree line is basically a holdover Pokemon. It'll help you in like the first couple of gyms, but then you will eventually need to find something better.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's very squishy.
But like they're little lads, and like as somebody who loves the performing contest aspect of Pokemon a lot, the Butterfree's a good lad to have for that.
Butterfree would definitely be a decent candidate for that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now
Now-
Weedle.
On the other side, we have Weedle.
Weedle's a little guy.
I was gonna say I think Weedle can at least be put a little guy because he's cute.
Mm-hmm.
If not little guy, then at least lads. Like he's cute. I vibe with him. I chill with him.
Also, I
I
can
vibe with
see.
him, when I remember he actually exists.
Fair point.
I will say though, like, knowing a little bit about like how Pokemon actually started off, the creator of Pokemon, like the person who came up with the concept of Pokemon, was actually a bug collector. So I can see why he made two lines of pupa stage bug type Pokemon.
I mean, I'm not gonna complain. I will say
No,
I am
I'm
a
not
big
gonna
fan of
complain.
the bug types. There are several really good bug types out there.
I will, however, say that the Beedrill line is probably a lot better in versatility, because with Butterfree, no matter how much you do anything with them, they will always be squishy in Gen 1.
I'm sorry, but in Gen 1, Beedrill was also very much squishy.
Beedrill, though, it can be quite tanky. If you do it the right way, it can be quite tanky.
I think you just got one with decent stats, my guy.
Man, maybe. But I'd say out of like Butterfree and Beedrill, I would go for the Beedrill.
I can do that.
Yeah,
again, I'm full like contest type of Pokemon trainer. Like,
yeah,
love seeing Pokemon perform and all that kind of stuff. So I
like,
personally go with Butterfree.
If you have a good matchup, then Twin Needle from Beedrill can be quite a heavy hitter.
The chances of you actually getting a decent matchup in Gen 1, considering Psychic type was actually broken.
Yeah, they didn't program it right.
Like I said, Psychic was actually broken in that gen, so yeah, the chances of you getting a decent matchup there are not great.
I feel like Kakuna's either a lad or a little guy.
I would say, well...
I'd say he's a
would
lad.
say little guy, and then Beedrill would be lad, considering.
I'd say the other way around. Put Kakuna in lad and put Beedrill in little guy.
I will say Beedrill's hands make me feel uncomfortable.
Uncomfortable?
What, the fact
It's
they're
just
stingers?
It's not that they're stingers, it's just something weirdly proportioned about them that just doesn't sit right with me. I can't explain it, because like other Pokemon have weird proportions too, but there's just something about Beedrill in particular that just the weird proportions just don't quite sit right with me.
And the fact that the hands are just needles really doesn't help.
Though I still question why they called it Beedrill, because like later on they did make, and I know it's gonna be outside, probably gonna be outside the gens we do today. Like they did make another beeline with Combi and Vespiquen, but like I feel like Beedrill is more of a wasp.
It
is kind of more of a wasp.
I think that's a bit more of a translation side that we
It might
may
be.
or may not. We may or may not have to look into that, depending.
Yeah.
Now, oh boy, Mega Beedrill.
To be fair, Mega Beedrill is a very good improvement over regular Beedrill. However, it's one of those cases that I don't really remember it.
Is it have a type change?
No. Which is, again, a problem. Because it's...
It doesn't really stand out, but design-wise, it's not terrible.
No,
Why does it have so many stingers? Doesn't need as many
Because
stingers.
It does
Because
not,
that's
but
the
like...
point.
That's the weird thing, because it's in that same category as Blastoise, where it's like they didn't really do anything except just add.
Do we want to put it in please leave?
But like, it
I
doesn't
don't-
feel as poorly designed. I think it can go in it's alright, I guess. Like,
Yeah, it's more of a
Yeah.
it's alright, and considering, again, battle perspective, because I actually had a decent stint in Gen 6 competitive.
Yeah.
Beedrill needed the Mega. It got the Mega. It does very well with the Mega. However, there are just other Megas that were
it's just kind of
better
there.
to use.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just kind of there.
Like, not even in a bad way, it's there.
Uh-huh.
Alright, Pidgey.
Yeah. I feel like everybody's at least caught a Pidgey at some point.
Yeah.
Oh yes. I mean, it's like what, Gen 1?
I feel like he's a lad.
Gen 1.
He's not-
Route 1 or Route 2.
He's not quite little guy status, but I feel like he's a lad.
He's a lad.
I mean, Pidgey's yet another one of those Pokemon. Like, you're probably going to have it through the majority of your playthrough.
It is pretty strong. It is a decent flying type. I will say that, but I don't know. It doesn't feel like, I don't look at him and go, he's a little guy.
Yeah, it's a case of you have him, but he's a little bit boring, so you don't dwell on it too long.
You only really remember him because everyone's caught one, and he's the first like start of the birds on Group 1. I feel like.
Yes.
And you know the fact that that was the Spearows that fucked that shit up.
Yeah, which we'll be getting there.
We'll get to
in a
them.
minute.
Now it's Pidgeotto and then Pidgeotto, right?
It's Pidgeotto and then Pidgeot.
That naming scheme is so weird to me.
I don't make the rules. I'm just here.
Pokemon, why?
So,
Poor naming choices aside, it's alright.
Pidgeotto is actually one of the better middle stages in Gen 1, in my opinion.
I can see why, but like overall to me, it's just like it's there.
It's flamboyant bird.
It feels more so like to me that they were like, we need a stage. Like it again, it's a good mix of like the middle ground between the two evolutions, but just it's kind of it's there for me.
Right.
I think that's how I feel about the whole line, though. It's like, yeah, but they needed a bird type. The bird type's good, but it's also just kind of there.
It's there. It's there because it has to be.
Yeah. Like not even in a malicious or bad way.
It.
Just like, yeah, it's there.
Mhm.
I think we can put the majority of these guys in lads because it's like, I don't hate you. Like, you're chill, but you also feel like you were just there.
Yeah, it's a case of I don't dislike you, but I don't necessarily like you either.
Now Mega, oh boy.
To be fair, I can't actually give a whole lot on this because I didn't use Mega Pidgeot all that much. So
it feels like it was made for Americans. That's the nicest way I can put it.
Arguably Braviary is worse, but that's a couple generations
that's another comment.
That's many generations later. The fuck you mean?
Like, where did the white and blue come from? Is my biggest thing. Like the white's a little understandable, but why the blue?
I don't know.
I
guess they wanted some contrast.
I guess. Like, I don't know. It feels very American to me in a way I can't explain even as an American.
It's one of those, I don't hate it, but I don't remember it either, so it's...
Like, it's not a please leave. It doesn't feel like... I wouldn't say I look at this and think, oh, take another second draft at it like I did with Blastoise, but, like, I don't think I can put it any higher than it's alright.
Right.
It's again, the whole Pidgeot line is just kind of there. Again, not even in a malicious, like, oh, you're just there, I don't remember you way. It's just like, you were there. You were the first bird line. Everybody remembers you. You got, like, your little pedestal, but, like, you're just there as we go on in generations.
Okay, you're not really doing anything with it. Coffee, do you have thoughts on this?
Sorry, I was minorly distracted.
I just want to make sure that you get your thoughts out.
No, it's all good. It's all good. Which one are we on now? Are we on Rattata?
We just went through Pidgeot. Do you have any opinions on the placing?
I'd probably say like Pidgeotto, the little guy.
Really, Pidgeotto?
Yeah. I like the coloring of Pidgeotto, but like when it becomes Pidgeot, it's like it just grew its hair out.
That's we could sum that up with the entire line, my guy.
Yeah, pretty much.
I know, but like I know, but I find like I think that just the look of Pidgeotto is just a lot more tidy.
Fair.
Like he's got everything together in his life.
That face does not scream that he's got everything together, man.
Well, he's got everything together, but he's also a teenager.
True.
Yeah, like compared to a Pidgey, which is just like they prefer not to start a battle, but once a battle's initiated, they're like, alright, I'm gonna kick your ass. Whereas Pidgeotto's more a case of, Don't start shit with me, or I'm gonna kick your ass anyway.
Uh-huh.
I guess I could agree to putting Pidgeotto in little lads or in the little guys.
For the placement of the other two, it's good.
Alright, so
All right,
to the
Brandon.
Gen 1 rodent.
Personally, I think he's a little guy.
Also, I apologize for being minorly distracted. The person I commissioned got back to me, and
And you
the
get
first
on my
draft had a
ass.
very. No, the first draft of what I got, they drew it with very thick leggy.
Oh jeez.
For a character that's meant to be lean.
So, Rattata.
Personally, he's a little guy for me, but I'm biased towards like rats, so.
I'm just gonna put this in streaming mute if you will understand.
Again, it's one of those deals, I don't hate it, but I don't love it. I prefer Sandshrew, which is a little bit later down the line.
I can definitely agree with that. Sandshrew is the preferable one here, but like, I can't
say
hate
both.
Rattata. He's just a lad. He's a little guy.
I'd say like Rattata is like he's in lad, but like I'd say Raticate is it's alright, I guess.
Yes, because considering the glow up, just what the
Like,
heck happened?
I could agree to those.
Purple coloring.
That is really weird that he was purple and then just brown. I can't agree to that.
Just what?
Like I can get that like some like animals they will change their fur or hair color depending on how old they are, because I know that like some babies are born with like
Pink
blonde
skin.
hair and then they'll shed and then they'll like the blonde hair will fall out and they could grow out brown or even black. But like purple to brown?
Even my Pokemon standards, it's a bit of a stretch.
Yeah.
And considering again shiny form, because I've seen the shiny form of both of them, it just gets weird.
It is the shiny form is definitely a choice.
Well,
At least the
Rattata
pink
goes
form had a
from,
pink
like-
Rattata, had a pink Rattata become a pink Raticate.
No, actually, Rattata becomes a little bit more of a goldish brown, which.
Oh no, I mean like
makes
pink
sense.
is in
Yeah.
the pink what was it, the Pink Island, the place where they eat berries and it just makes them pink. So it's not the shiny, but it just makes it pink.
Yeah, honestly, that might be a better shiny choice, at least for Rattata.
Yeah,
And
then the like
Raticate
puke
would have to
green.
be like a reddish.
Yes, the green.
Why are so many Pokemon like puke green? Like not even a nice
don't
green,
know.
just puke green.
I
don't know.
there's
Let's not
at
get onto
least
that
one-
topic.
There's one that's decent, and it's several generations later.
We'll get to him. We'll get to the good ones eventually. Anyway,
I like this one.
Spearow.
He's a little scrunkly.
He is very scrunkly.
Spearow for me is just a little bit weird because I think it's supposed to be juxtaposed with Pidgey.
It does.
Considering they're
supposed-
both birds, but there
It's
isn't
supposed to be
that
the more
that
aggressive
full
counterpart.
evolution.
It
It's
does
supposed
feel
to
a
be the
bit
more aggressive
weird.
counterpart.
Yeah, but then why doesn't it have a middle form?
Like, why does the middle form not exist?
Like, I get what they were trying to go for, but it's just
I mean,
they
Pidgey,
didn't
I would
quite
imagine
make
the
it.
Yeah, I'd say Pidgey before like I'm gonna like how do I put it? Before Pidove came in later, which again it's Dove line, even though it becomes a
Oh.
pheasant, which doesn't make sense.
We'll get to them later.
Pidgey
Several
is
generations
supposed to be
later.
Pidgey is a pigeon, whereas Spearow I could see as something more as like a more I would say carnivorous or bird hunting kind of line. Like it's a lot more aggressive and a lot more of the type that would go after other birds, whereas Pidgey's very much the type of ooh food, I'll eat it.
It's supposed to be a bird of prey, but which bird of prey is it supposed to be?
It is
I
very
will look it up.
ambiguous.
Exactly, and I think that therein lies a little bit of the problem.
Like it's obviously like named after a sparrow.
Like, sparrows are
But that-
actually kind of cute.
Yeah, I was gonna say that doesn't really give us a whole lot to work with.
Uh-huh.
Because it doesn't feel sparrow based. Like, it's one of those Pokemon where I can't say I hate it.
Yeah.
I don't fully hate it, but it just... I
You
see
don't
the path
hate
they
it,
were
but you
going
don't
down, but it
love
doesn't...
either.
It doesn't... They missed the mark. That's the best way.
Okay, here we go. I found out some stuff on it.
What's it
So
say?
it seems to be based. It says it seems to be based on a sparrow with the characteristics of a shrike, such as its hooked beak. Whereas shrikes are territorial and sometimes called butcher birds due to their brutal feeding habits, which may be the basis for Spearow's aggressive nature.
Huh.
Learn something new every day.
Okay, so that does clear up a little bit.
But it still feels so weird to, like, name it after a sparrow.
Well, spear.
Think
Weapon.
about it.
Spear,
It's small.
Spear makes a little
It starts
more
off
sense.
small. But then when it grows big, you kind of gotta. It's kind of fear-inducing, so I can understand why they called it Fearow.
Well,
Yep.
no, not Fearos. Why is named after a sparrow?
You gotta remember that it started in Japan. Japan has their own sparrows.
Yeah, that might be a little bit of a
Maybe.
translation thing.
Because the Gen-1 started on like a lot of stuff that like Japanese people see or are living with.
I don't know. Overall, it's just I don't hate it, but
It's alright.
it confuses me at times if
It's
I think
alright.
about it too much.
Yeah. Put in a little guy?
No, definitely not a little guy.
Lad?
I think I have to put the line in it's alright, I guess. Because, again, I don't hate it, but if I think about it too much, the more confusing it gets.
Yeah.
Right. Ekans.
Ekans. I am very biased about Ekans purely because of Team Rocket. I will just lay that out on the board now.
I was going to say, Ekans is a very solid design, a very solid poison type. I wish it got more use outside of Team Rocket and Agatha.
Yeah.
I can see
I
that.
mean,
But...
Team Rocket in Gen 1, especially in the anime, they did use a lot of poison types back then.
Well, yeah, because poison equals evil.
And that's-
Evil!
That's kind of their. That was kind of their shtick. Until
And then there was just
Dark
Meowth.
which he's there. I know he's in Gen 1. We'll get there.
We'll get to it.
We'll get to him.
Honestly, I would put Ekans and Little Guy, and then Arbok would be also there too.
Yeah, I think I can agree to that, because, like, they're... I like them.
Yeah.
It's one of those. It's a solid option. I like them on. However, there are other options.
It doesn't
Later
quite
that
hit the
might
standard of
use.
Golden Boys.
Plus,
Right.
didn't Arbok get like different chest pattern variants later on?
I think
It
it was
might be.
predominantly in the manga, because in the games they haven't done multiple chest patterns.
Might be thinking
Okay, so-
Pixelmon coffee.
Yeah, I
They
might be thinking
could.
Pixelmon here.
Again, they should, because it would actually be really, really cool. But
Like the Spinda stuff, where, like, you can get
Yeah.
a random generation.
Yeah.
I would love that. Now we've got into the poster child himself.
same with the mascot, I understand. I understand.
Why'd they put the female one?
I don't know.
Oh well.
I understand why Pikachu's the mascot, but I really think it's just okay.
I will say, out of all, like, Pokemon's quote-unquote mascots, the only reason he doesn't fall last place is because Charizard.
Yeah.
Fair.
But, like, again, he's the poster child. He's, like, he does what he needs to do. He
Yeah.
beats Q, he shows up, he pounds with Ash, they pal around, they have a good time, but, like,
For 10 years.
he's alright
literally.
for 10 years, where Ash is only ever a 10-year-old.
We're not diving down that rabbit hole today, too.
We're not jumping down the whole theory of him being in a coma.
Oh
Not
god,
yet.
no.
But like
But-
he like I don't hate him. He's good design. Like
he does his job.
he does his job what he's
really
supposed to
well.
be here to do.
I also will say that, like, once he becomes a Raichu, they do slow down. So in terms of speed, Pikachu is better. Whereas Raichu is supposed to be more of, like, a brute force.
In other words, you're saying that Raichu's got a little bit more defenses as opposed to just straight speed.
Yeah.
Because yes, Pikachu is supposed to be a glass cannon in terms of battling.
That's why, like, in the anime against Victor Surge, I think it's Victor Surge? No, it's not Victor. What's his name?
Lieutenant Surge.
That's the one. He didn't evolve his Pikachu, and especially because, like, his Pikachu just didn't want to become a Raichu, but the Raichu of Gym Leader was very much using a lot more of Body Slam, which is a physical move. So Raichu does have a lot more brunt force, whereas Pikachu is a lot better for speed.
Well, also Pikachu can learn Body Slam, so it's not...
Well, true, but it'll still keep a higher speed, whereas once it becomes Raichu, it doesn't raise its speed as much.
Right.
I think they both can go in lads.
Yeah, both go in
Yeah,
that.
because I really wish that Raichu gets a little bit more attention going forward. I know it's got the Alolan form, but
We'll get
still.
to the Alolan form. I have words. They're good words, but they're still words.
I question that
Fair.
form.
We'll get to it
Like, what?
later.
I know,
But
but
shush, we'll get to it later.
I'm gonna question it now, bitch.
Well, that's too fucking bad. I'll mute you then.
Oh boy.
Let you scream to the wall.
Okay,
you need
but
to just behave
I'm-
for 5 minutes.
No.
now. I'm gonna say now, Sandshrew Golden Boy.
Sandshrew is definitely.
Absolutely. Sandslash, Golden Boy as well.
I can agree to
Yeah,
that.
but-
It's a versatile, good Pokemon and very well designed.
Put it on a sand team, and dear God, you are set.
It is very powerful, very strong, well designed. I can agree to those two going to Golden Boys.
Oh boy, the Nidoran line's next.
I like Pokemon's first discernible gender difference.
Actually, the only discernible gender difference, because Gen 1 didn't have any gender system.
There's
Except
a
for
reason
Nidorans.
There's a reason I say it's the first, considering discernible gender differences started in Generation 2.
We'll get to some of those boys, because, I have opinions on some of them.
I would say Nidoran. Both of the Nidorans are little guys.
They're definitely little guys. They're cute. They feel like pocket puppies. You know
Yeah,
that vibe.
The middle ones, it's all right.
They definitely hit the go.
I prefer
puberty
Nidorino
stage.
over Nidorina in terms of appearance.
Yeah.
But they
Now-
both have that go kind of middle stage to them.
Now, Nidoqueen versus Nidoking. This is where I draw the line and say I prefer Nidoking over Nidoqueen. The shiny form for Nidoqueen is freaking atrocious.
I will agree that, like, Nidoking has a much better appearance in terms of the purple, like, the deeper purple suits him.
Well, we can all experience Sam's pain together.
But at the same time, they...
Back
Look
and forth.
at it!
And this is the 3D model. Yeah, no.
Gets better
The shiny
every time you
forms
see
were
it.
so good. The shiny forms were so good until here.
Gets better every time you see it, huh?
Another thing I will also point out is that Gen 1... sorry, I'm not actually tired. Gen 1, like, they didn't have any option to choose being a girl. And in terms of, like, I'm gonna say a little bit more, there's a little more feminizing of things from back then. This is the 1990s, it's very different.
What, you mean the fact that it looks like it's got tats?
Yes.
I understand that, but there is such thing as overkill.
Yeah. I also don't get why they made it look chubby.
I think we put. Well, I don't mind the chub. I'm chill with the chub.
No, I don't mind it. I'm just saying, like, compared to Nido King, why did they make Nido Queen just look chubby?
I don't think we want the actual answer.
No, I don't think we do it. No, I don't think we do.
Well, if it's any consolation, Nido Queen and Nido King cannot actually breed.
Which is so weird.
However, the first forms can.
The whole line is just
Moving
weird.
on before we get into the subtext.
Which is, I think, like, it's probably because they both need moonstones to evolve.
Uh-huh.
So maybe it's something that, like, in the process of them evolving using the moonstone, that means they can't breed with each other.
I don't.
Maybe.
But then at the end of the day, the game devs are the ones who have to answer for their questionable choices and the subtext beneath it.
Yeah.
But I think we can agree that Nido Queen is alright, but Nido King is a lad.
Yep. Yep. We prefer Nido King over Nido Queen in this house. Clefairy and Clefable.
Oh god, we're almost at them. We'll get to them.
To be fair, we have the glory that is Vulpix and Ninetales, but anyway, moving on.
To give us a buffer. But Clefairy, I feel like I like Clefairy.
Clefairy's alright.
Compared to the other pink ball we get.
I also like the fact that it was given a very unique move for Generation 1 because no other Pokemon other than Clefairy and Clefable were able to learn Metronome. At least in that
considering Metronome is just the huge wild card that is admittedly very fun.
It can be anything from
chaos.
Like self-destruct to, you know, solar beam.
Imagine a Nuzlocke was just Metronome.
Oh god, no! Do not put us through that pain.
I won't, but I'm just saying somebody out there.
So yeah, it's a case of I don't mind Clefairy and Clefable, and with the addition of the fairy typing that it gets in Generation 6, if anything, I get a little bit annoyed by it sometimes, but I don't outright hate it.
Oh no, I've just realized something.
What?
What?
You know the thing we're doing later, the thing, you know, the thing I can't say about? We're gonna get a Pokemon that can use Metronome.
I know. You better hope I don't feel the urge to use it.
Foreshadowing.
Foreshadowing.
But I think Clefairy can be put in lads.
Yes, Clefairy can be put in lads. Clefable can be. It's alright.
Yeah, the body proportions are a little weird, but excuse me. But like, I still vibe with them. I would have them.
It's not the worst thing in the world. Vulpix and Ninetales are golden boys. You cannot change my mind.
Oh no, I agree with you full way. Like before Sylveon, Vulpix and Ninetales were my Sona.
And dear God, shiny Ninetales, put an image of that up for stream right now, because dear God, it's amazing.
It's beautiful. Get out of here,
Plus, for anyone who might be watching or lurking, Vulpix and Ninetales were actually also introduced as, I believe they're also considered deities.
They're just beautiful. Love them.
That's why Ninetales live so long.
Ninetales, I think, is a playoff of the Kitsune.
Yes.
Which wouldn't surprise me.
And the Kitsune
do not pull their tails.
It's a deity. It's a deity.
Do not pull their tails.
Do not pull their tails.
Alright.
Oh boy, and we're here. I don't want to be at the stop.
Can we just put Jigglypuff and Wigglytuff and why?
I am neutral on these guys, so I'm just gonna let you guys go off.
I don't think they're full vibe, but they're definitely a please. Like, I can understand the appeal to some extent by just Jigglypuff in particular was so annoying in the anime. Why did they make him so annoying?
I don't know.
he was such a brat in the anime, getting mad at everybody who kept falling asleep to his music.
Uh-huh.
He was such a fucking brat. Like, and why did he get in Smash? That's the real question I want to know. Why of all Pokemon him?
Short answer, time constraints.
Bro, I
Because
guess
originally...
it's easier to animate a ball. Just put it over Kirby.
Well, hang on. Let me finish. Because this has been a long-known story for years now. When Smash was being developed, one of the characters, I believe it was Pit, was going to be there in place of Jigglypuff. However, due to the time constraint, they couldn't get Pit's wings done in time. So they cut Pit and put Jigglypuff in instead.
I mean, I still stand by the fact you just have to add some facial features on Kirby, and voila, you got Jigglypuff.
Yeah.
I understand that. I'm just saying that's kind of the story, and yes, I could be wrong. Somebody's probably going to correct me, but
No, I
Also,
can
I'm gonna-
see why, but I just overall, I don't like Jigglypuff.
and can we acknowledge that Guildmaster Wigglytuff
From one of the
From-
Mystery Dungeon games.
Mystery Dungeons Explorer, so powerful yet so weird.
I only started playing that game. I haven't played fully through it, but just
Oh, you need to finish it.
I do need to finish it, but just overall gives me the X. But
Also,
yeah, like personally,
I was gonna say, I'm gonna go quickly put something in the oven for my dinner, so I'll be right back.
Alright,
So you guys just continue without me.
sure.
Alright.
Alright. Zubat.
So everybody's caught one. At least once. If you haven't, I'm not sure whether to be sorry or to envy you.
Oh, we got a follower! Hello, Hunter78.
There.
Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. I hope you enjoy your time here. My name is Silver Fox MC. I am just a chaotic fluff and here to have a fun time.
We're just here to vibe. It's our job.
Today we're basically going through the Pokemon generations, Gen 1 and Gen 2, and we are just ranking them on based on shinies, based on design, all that.
Personal opinions.
Who did the VTuber model? This was all done by me. I drew it and rigged it up together. It's a PNG Tuber Plus.
Nicely done. But anyway,
Anyway, Zubat.
back to Zubat here.
Back to Zubat. I like him. He's blind little ratty guy, but like I like him.
Everybody's caught at least one.
Yeah.
So I would at least put Zubat and Little Guy. Golbat again has awkward middle stage.
He is
syndrome,
such an awkward little stage.
Considering Generation 2 happens. Because again, Golbat's not the worst.
I feel like it's an all right. It's not the worst
Yeah.
awkward middle stage, but just not right. Something's not right about it. Something's not right here, Chief.
Alright.
Oddish.
Oddish.
Look at the
would
little
say
face.
Oddish yes, Oddish is a golden boy.
I do love Oddish. He's so goofy and derpy.
I would also say Vileplume's a golden boy.
I would put him in little guy just because
That's Gloom.
his dribbling mouth makes me feel a little uncomfortable.
That's Gloom. Vileplume's the final stage.
And with that, you are getting banned, Hunter78.
Let me guess. Stuff promo?
It's they're going off about how they make emotes and how they would love to make it for me. I don't tolerate that shit.
Self promo. Got it.
I don't care if people turn off because of that. Like, I don't tolerate that shit in my stream.
Fair point.
Small rant here. Small rant. Please bear with me. Do not promote yourself in other people's streams if they have not asked you to do it. That is so incredibly disrespectful, and it's more likely to lose you commissioners than actually gain you them. I can promise you, throughout my entire time, with any stream I've been with friends or anything else, anytime somebody's pulled that shit, I have never even remembered their name. But anybody who has been respectful and has let me commission them on my own time, I still commission to this day. So don't pull that shit. Somebody came in and started promoting their art. Doing the whole thing of like, I draw emotes, blah, 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 blah. Also, they kept calling me a girl when I use he, they pronouns.
Brat.
Yeah, it's okay. So let's...
Anyway, back to Zubat. Back to Vileplume here.
Yeah, sorry I couldn't deal with that.
Vileplume for me is definitely Golden Boy.
I can see it. They are very powerful. One thing I hate about Vileplume is fucking what's her name from the anime. You know who I'm thinking of.
Erica.
No, not Erica. The one from James. The one from James's backstory.
Oh,
her. Oh, I hate her. So much hate.
I don't remember her name.
Jezebel, I think.
Okay.
Oh, so much hate for her.
Okay, I'm gonna look it up. I think it's Jezebel.
Something like that. I hate her so much, though. It's just, she's such a creep.
Yeah, Jezebel.
Jezebel can die in a hole.
Yeah. Anyway, to Paris.
To Paris.
Paris.
To Paris.
I feel like Paris at least is a little guy. He's just...
Yeah, Paris is a little guy. Parasect is... okay.
Lad?
It's okay.
It's okay.
I like his design, personally.
He's true.
I'm just used to Legends Arceus, where Paris and Parasect are really, really aggressive.
Rawr.
Yeah, they are literally kill on sight.
Yeah.
I think design-wise, I like him design-wise. I feel like he's very well designed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he also makes some really creepy fusions in the Pokemon Fusion Generator. I've seen them there.
Yeah.
Ugh.
I mean, when you're literally a parasite attached to a crab thing?
Yes.
Yeah.
Just yes.
Okay, Venonat is either... Venonat, I feel, is like little guy, at the least.
Yes.
Venonat is definitely a little guy.
He's just a fluffy little ball!
He is cute.
One thing I will question though is like why it looks a lot more like what Butterfree looks like.
Listen, we're not getting into that whole fight.
I don't know. We're not delving into that rabbit hole today.
No?
We are not diving into that fight. But what about Venomoth?
Well,
It's
aside
alright.
from the Twitch Plays Pokemon legendary status that Venomoth has,
I'd say
would
it's alright, I guess.
say lads, at least.
Yeah. Venomoth is
'Cause,
better.
like,
Or Venonat is better.
yeah, because it's not bad, but it's not particularly a standout.
Alright,
Oh boy. Diglets.
I feel like he's at least a lad. Like,
I'd say he's a little guy.
He is quite literally a little
he
guy.
is a little guy. But he's just
Not so much Doug Trio, but like
You just nugget.
Diglett itself, just a little guy. He's a little guy.
He's a nugget.
He's a nugget.
And
Which
then-
apparently they actually do have feet.
God,
Wait.
I don't want to think about that.
Oh, but Doug Trio it's alright.
Yeah,
I mean, it's not the worst.
it's a decent ground
the-
type.
Yeah. It's not the one that I would particularly use. Like
Now
over,
to Meow.
over stuff. I will say this: I do like Meowth more so than Persian.
I can see it.
Part of that is because of the anime appearance.
It feels so weird though. That's like Meowth is supposed to be the rare instance of being able to stand on two legs, and then like all Meowths can stand on two legs.
Well, Meowth standing on two legs is actually common, or at least
They can stand on two legs much like a cat can, but the one that can speak in the anime,
yeah, that's
that one,
the true rare occurrence.
yeah, that one always walks on two legs. So if you think like what your cat would look like always walking on two legs, it would very much put a strain on their back.
Oh jeez.
Meowth
So,
does
like,
not care.
Wild Meowth, like
don't
normal
need that
Meowth,
image.
normal Meowth, more often than not, they'll still be quadrupedal.
Meowth does not care.
Meowth does not
Um,
care, but also I'm pretty sure with all the spine breaking, he's probably done it so good.
Yeah. So here's the question: do we put Meowth in Golden Boy, or do we
I
put
don't
it
think
in
he's
Little Guy?
Quite a
He's not Golden Boy level. I think he's
definitely
lad.
a little guy.
I'd honestly say lad.
Why lad?
I don't know, like I see him more as lad than little guy.
Well, I think he's little guy because like he's not quite Golden Boys because he's not really like I think the only reason people really adore him is probably because of the anime, but like I feel like he's a little guy at least.
I also will say that like with Meowth, what I just had a brain fart.
Use your words.
Is that a brain fart? Like so hard? I was gonna say something and now I've forgotten it.
Use your words, Coffee.
Oh yeah, I feel sorry for him that he can't use Payday anymore because he apparently when he learned to talk like a human, he lost the ability to use the move Payday.
He lost the ability to use his moves in general.
No, no, he can still use Fury Swipes.
Well, no shit, he has fucking claws.
And Scratch.
That's like saying a warlock watched their connection with their patron, but they can still fight.
Listen, man, Meowth doesn't battle. He doesn't learn any new moves.
He really does.
Fury Swipes all he got.
I think Persian can be a lad.
Persian's better, because at least then they learn Power Gem.
Well, Persian's a lad, but I do think he's a boring lad.
He is your basic, like, scary cat predator. I will say that.
Yeah.
But,
Like
I still think
said,
he's a lad.
He's a lad, but he's a boring one.
Now to Psyduck.
Say.
The constant headache Pokemon.
I don't mind. I actually really like Psyduck. And yes, I do. I managed to catch a shiny Psyduck, which.
Shiny Hunter pulling out of your butt once again?
Yeah. Dude, you saw the photo.
I saw the photo.
I think he can be a little guy. He feels like a little guy to me.
Yeah. Golduck is another one of those. It's a lad, but it's a boring one.
Yeah, I remember less about Golduck than I do about Persian.
And fun fact, at least for Psyduck and Golduck, they've been in every generation of Pokemon in some capacity.
Really?
Yes.
What do you know? Now to
I think just... I was gonna say, I think Golduck's just not been around as much because a lot more people find, like, the dopey Psyduck cuter.
There's a reason Misty Psyduck is so popular.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he's got the equivalent of about, I don't know, a quarter of a brain cell.
Hi, Darkus!
Hi, Darkus!
Welcome to the stream, man. Alright, so
Monkey.
Mankey, the
Monkey.
Manderpig thing.
The Mad Bear Pig thing?
Well, if you look at Primate, yeah.
I mean, yeah.
I feel like Mankey's a lad.
Mankey and Primate are both lads. It's when Annihilate comes in Generation 9 that I think it gets a lot more. A lot better.
Also, it's not going too badly, Darkus. We're about, what, halfway through Gen 1? Coming to the end of Gen
Yeah.
1?
Either halfway or we're towards the end of Gen 1.
We're making decent progress.
We'll probably take
There
a
was
bit
a lot
of
of
a break
heated
after.
debates.
We'll probably take a bit of a break after this and then hop over to Gen 2.
Well,
There's
considering
been some
Generation
minor
2's
heated
got
debates.
100 Pokemon in it. So,
We've had a few minor...
Growlithe is the golden boy. I will hear no
Well,
criticisms
Growlithe
otherwise.
Growlithe and Arcanine are both golden boys.
I agree with
We've
this
had-
statement.
We've had a few minor heated debates, but we've agreed to disagree and put things where they should be.
Yes, we also had somebody come in and try to pull the whole commission me shtick, and I banned their asses very quickly.
Which, again, I apologize, I was not here to help with.
It's alright. Poliwag.
Why does this
Oh,
shit
is it
happen when I
Poliwag?
leave?
Yeah, Poliwag, Poliwhirl, Poliwrath.
I don't know.
Poliwag for me is golden boy.
I can
He's a little
see it.
squishy.
He's
little
a little. I say this a
He's
lot, but
cute.
but just something so cute. I have no other way to describe it. But he's just a little nugget.
Yes.
a little squishy.
Poliwhirl, I would say, is a little guy.
I can see that little guy.
And then Poliwrath for me is okay.
Lad?
I think lad.
I'd say lad.
I definitely think there was a tiny bit of a decrease. Like I think the biggest thing
Yeah.
Poliwag had going for him was the cuteness, and then they kind of slowly stripped
It
that
was
away.
cute. Poliwhirl kind of keeps the cuteness, and then Poliwrath. It's so mad.
He's so angry. He just wants to punch me.
Like, why?
I will admit though, he is one hell of a damage dealer if you raise him right.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
Abra. I think at least Abra's a little guy. He's
He's
so
a little
cute.
guy.
He's so
shy.
aggravating with his little teleports, but damn it, he's adorable.
Yes.
He's just shy.
Abra's a little guy, but he's a pain in the butt to catch.
He's a pain in the ass to catch, but he's just so cute while he does it.
Actually, that's a point.
Is...
Do you have a shiny of Abra yet?
Of Abra? No.
Did you get a
Oh,
one
fine,
up?
well then I'll be impressed.
Honestly, when it comes to shiny hunting, that line in particular, I'd prefer to get Kadabra over Abra.
Fair. Kadabra
Because
feels
at
like.
least-
Oh, go ahead.
At least Kadabra will actually fight me.
Yeah, it won't
Kadabra's a
run
lad.
from you.
I'd say Kadabra's lad.
Yeah, he's another bit of an Uggo middle stage, but I think he can fall under lad.
It's the tail.
It's the
Why
tail.
is his tail so big? Why is his tail so big?
Yeah, but I think the better question is, why does he lose his tail?
Maybe he do what Axolotl do and drop it.
Maybe. Alakazam, I would say, is also a lad.
Yeah, very powerful lad, though.
A very solid choice.
Apparently
if
he has
you
the brain
actually
of a supercomputer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then there's Mega.
It's alright.
Mega Spoon.
It does at least do more in a direction I can say I'm happy with.
Yeah. It's
Mega
alright.
Spoon.
I think it's alright. Mega Spoon.
Mega Spoon.
Okay, now the bit of a I'm not sure how I feel about you line.
Machop. I like Machop. I like Machoke.
What happened to Machamp?
Also, you might need to zoom out slightly.
No Metagross is the computer brain. Alakazam has the IQ of what, 300, 3000? I have no idea.
Alakazam and Metagross are similar in terms of IQ.
You also gotta remember, this is like 1990s generation Darkest, so back then a supercomputer probably was that.
Yes. Anyway, back to
I
the
think
lizard.
Machop is
man.
at least a little guy.
He's a
Yes,
little guy.
Machamp I put under, or Machoke, is Machoke, I think is a
Machoke
lad.
and then Machamp.
Yeah, Machoke is a lad. Machamp, I
I feel
I
so
was gonna
weird
say
about
Machoke is alright, I guess. I'd say Machoke is honestly it's alright, I guess. Because again, it's a weird middle stage.
Yeah, but it's
Yeah,
less
but
weird
at
than the
least
final.
Yeah, it makes sense, kind of.
I've seen so many people mention that it switched out its arms with Golem's lizard face.
Oh god.
Oh boy.
Can you imagine a
but-
Machamp with a Graveler face?
I'd rather not.
Where's the fusion generator?
Oh god.
No. Bellsprout.
I like Bellsprout. I think he's at least a lad.
I honestly keep forgetting that Bellsprout is actually from Gen 1.
I don't remember what part. Still love the death battle with Machamp. The boy dabbed on Goro.
Still.
Oh dear god.
What? What have you created? What have you done?
Oh no.
What did you do?
I don't want to know.
It looks so wrong.
What did you do?
I've used Machamp
Oh god! There is nothing right in either of those.
I'm not looking until the stream is over.
There is nothing right. Weeping Bell.
Oh god.
Again, another Uggo middle stage, I feel.
Also, Darkest, if you want to see it, just look at the streaming muted channel.
It's alright.
Yeah, it's another Uggo middle evolution, I feel.
I feel like Victory Bell kind of falls into the it's alright too.
Yeah. Decent poison grass types, but
If you've got Venusaur, then you don't really need it.
yeah.
Oh my god.
Coffee, stay on track here. Come on.
I'm trying to. I hit random and it brought a Breloom and Lairon, but why is it cute?
Redirect.
Actually, yes, that is very
That is very cute.
I'm
Come on,
saying
Coffee,
that's a
redirect. Don't make me get the keys and do a jingle jingle.
Chiari. What? Eh?
Jingle jingle. Now back in the day, jingle jingle.
Oh god.
But Tentacruel.
Alright. The Zubat of the Sea, at least for Kanto.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's alright. It's alright.
I think they can both go under lads pretty safely.
Yeah, if you don't have a water type, Tentacool and Tentacruel are really good options.
They can be pretty powerful.
Yeah.
Alright, Geodude.
The shiny for Graveler is literally a piece of shit. You
Yeah.
cannot change your mind.
No, you're right. You are right. I think Geodude's at least a lad. I think Graveler though is more alright.
Graveler's alright, and then Golem, at least from shiny perspective, goes back into lad for me.
Yeah. It feels so weird because it's like they hit rock bottom and then we're, no pun intended, but they hit rock bottom and then we're like, let's see if we can try to solve this. The face still though feels weird.
Yeah. So, Ponyta and that whole line.
I think Ponyta's a low guy personally.
I think both of them are.
Yeah.
Actually.
They're
'Cause
good fire
again,
type.
They're solid designs. If you don't have a fire type, granted, it is kind of late for you to get Ponyta and Rapidash in Gen 1, but it's still possible to do.
It's still a solid option.
Yeah.
Alright,
Slowpoke is slow, bro. I actually really like Slowpoke.
I love Slowpoke. I think he's a golden boy, honestly. He's so doofy and just lazy, and I love him. I just want to sit on the beach with him and chill.
Like, I could just vibe with Slowpoke.
He's got that constant vacation mood is what he got.
Really does, and I love that for it. I also hate that there was an entire fucking plot about eating Slowpoke tails.
Yeah.
In Generation 2, yeah.
I hate that. Just leave him alone. He just wants to be a lazy lad.
He just wants to find a shelter to actually evolve. Which, speaking of Slowbro, why is the tail not an actual shelter?
I don't know.
I don't know. We don't question it.
It's so weird, but I think he's at least a lad.
Because, like,
Yeah.
the reason why I'm not gonna question it is because, like, Shelter is basically like a flat, it's clamshell. But, like, the Slowbro thing is more of a conch. Or,
Yep.
like, of that variety.
Yep. And Mega Slowbro.
My
I-
theory is
I
the
don't
shelter's
I don't
pseudo
like
evolution evolves as well. Alright, that's fair.
Mm-hmm. And then we get to the Mega. I don't like it.
I don't like it either. I think this is our first Y.
Yeah, let's put that in the Y.
Out of all the Pokemon to receive a Mega, why did
Why?
it have to be
Just why?
Slowbro?
Not only why did it have to be slower, why did they have to just have it eat his body?
Just why?
Just consume.
How does he even stay up?
Why? So, Magnemite and Magnacon, I would at least say...
I think Magnemite's the little
Magnemite-
guy.
Magnemite, little guy. Magneton, I think, is also a little guy because it's 3 Magnemites that have pretty much
Duct taped together.
And considering that the Magnemite line in general has actually gotten better throughout the generations. Because in Generation 2 it gets Steel typing, and then
Yeah.
in Generation 4 it gets Magnezone.
It is
Which
a
is
pretty
awesome.
solid line.
So, yeah.
Now, Farfetch, the weird one of Gen 1, I'll say.
Until Generation 8, why? Why do you exist?
I think he's a why do you exist, but also, like, you're cute enough to where I don't hate you.
I'd say it's an alright, I guess.
You stay alive purely due to cuteness points. Where is my mouse going? What the fuck is happening? Huh? What is happening?
I would say
don't know.
Farfetch'd. I would say Farfetch isn't. It's alright, I guess.
Yeah, like,
Yeah,
Where is it going?
you stay alive purely because of cuteness points in this gen.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you'd be a massive why.
You'd be a massive dinner. That's what you did.
Who wants duck for dinner?
I mean, it comes with its own leak.
Jesus Christ.
Chinese duck pancakes, anyone?
Oh god. Anyway, Doduo. I think he's a lad at least.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
duo and Dotrio are actually lads because they're a solid Gen 1
They're
line.
pretty speedy. They're solid Gen 1 bird. Like, I appreciate them.
I would honestly use Doduo or Dotrio over Pidgeot.
Wait, what do you mean, Darkest? By
I
lots
think he's talking about me saying who wants duck for dinner.
of lots of people according to the Pokédex entry.
Don't want a Doduo. I would love a Doduo, honestly. They're just a little cute guy. They're a little fella.
Yeah, they're
I love how
Yeah,
Darkest
they're
still wanna downo. What the hell's a downo?
Doduo.
you misspelled
Checking out as a
Doduo.
typo.
Seal is golden, boys. I will hear no criticism. Seal
Seal
is
and-
adorable.
Seal is a golden boy. Dugong is also a golden boy.
They are both adorable little seal boys, and I just want to hug them, even though they'd probably freeze me.
Well, Seal would at least appreciate the hug. Dugong.
Well, remember they were only
Oh,
they were
no,
only.
Uno. He's talking about a pre-evolved form where it's just one head.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say like with Seal and Dugong, they weren't Ice type until later. They could use Ice type moves later on, but they were Water type initially.
They're just in love.
They were water ice because Lorelei actually uses a Dugong on the game.
No, I mean like in Gen 1, because remember Ice type wasn't a thing back then.
Ice type was a thing. Lorelei exists. Did you forget about the?
Did you forget about Lapras and Articuno?
That too.
You know, you're right.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, you're right.
Now to
That's
Grinder.
okay. I get it muddled up sometimes.
It's okay. It's fine. You're good. Now to Grimer.
I'm getting all my memories going.
It's okay, Grandpa.
Shut the fuck up, don't call me Grandpa!
Grimer, I would say it's alright, and then Muck would also be alright. Like, I don't necessarily hate it.